Here's a Reno strat, forgotten in time. Well, it's probably not forgotten, it's just not as good anymore. It really fell off. You'll see what I'm talking about. I'm not going to spoil yet what I hear power into. I know that the thumbnail also shows like double golden Tony. That's not what we hear power into. That is just something that happens along the way and that makes this game so special. So this game is a wild roller coaster because of the strategy or the hero power that I do. Place your guesses down below, but it is something that used to be insanely strong, insanely good, and just doesn't really compete anymore. But with some strategy in mind, there is a way that you can make it work. Anyway, I'm staying on one, just doing Reno things, meaning I take pairs, as many as possible, try and take avenge cards. You know, the taunts and the demons here are pretty great. Our goal is to double level next turn and try and get 1 or 2 triples lined up, and we do get a triple, not on the card that I expected. It's the double acolyte, still works. We still have a pair onto the elemental and the icky imp as well. So this is gonna be a little bit awkward. We just level twice. This turn we take a triple. Sadly, we have to spend 9 gold on a golden taunt here, which is not optimal. But hey, we don't choose our fortune, so let's see what 4-drop we get. You know, preferably you go for Avenge. Of course, that's why we triple into 4s in this meta. I talk about this way too much. Sadly, we miss. This is hot garbage. I mean, maybe it's not. Recycling Raven Golden could give us some economy, and you could force Elementals, Jug, Stampo, and we could try and shoot for a different triple. But instead, for all time's sake, I'm gonna take a Grubber and hero power it. Reason why is I have 2 other pairs, so it's very likely that we find another triple, which we do. So the Grubber will scale more. This golden taunt can stay on the board, so our Grubber is just gonna guaranteed grow a lot. Plus, so what I mentioned at the start with this card is that the fact that it fell off. Like previously, before Avenge, I think it was like a couple metas ago, maybe half a year to a year ago, Grubber was busted. Everyone tripled into 4-drops looking for Buster. Because it was so great. Anyway, we triple into a 5-drop here because I want to try and hit Hogger, maybe. We hit Tony, and with that we just make a golden deck swabby here, which, I mean, the only reason I want the golden swabby is to just buff my Grubber more. Look at how big it is already. It is a Murloc lobby. It can be countered poison, so I need to find a different game plan. So the reason I also took this Tony is hopefully to find a golden Peggy, maybe, eventually a Hogger, and then transition into Pirates, you know? I'm giving up on this elemental pair, looking to, you know, get more taunts on the board and maybe get another golden pirate so we can, you know, just buy this salty looter, I guess. Now, where was I with the Grubber? So it was amazing because you just triple into it early. It was great stats and people just used Grubber to power level, and there was enough scaling. People, like, there wasn't that much poison back in the day. There was no spore, for example, and Maximum was still tier 6, I think. So if you just had some Grubbers, no one could outscale that. There was way less scaling on lower tiers or on higher tiers, so generally speaking you could just literally play a Grubber comp and win the game. Now with Reno hero power, obviously that's a lot better, and because we had multiple pairs lined up, it's also a lot better. That's also the reason why people actually triple the main body on tokens more than the actual token right now. People now triple the token more because you can get double triples, and it's more important to try and high roll and maximize economy. But previously it was better to or triple the main body. Dude, I keep switching up the words because it would give you more stats with Gold Grubber if you triple into it. So times have changed. I'm bringing it back for old time's sake, and so far it's working because I'm high rolling, getting multiple triples and Tony into more goldens. Now there's a second Tony. I think usually you skip this, but you know, for the memes, I felt like this game just wasn't gonna do better than a top 4 anyway. I'm gonna take double Tony. We could triple it, and I guess we can maybe golden 2 things if I find like double Hogger. I don't know. We also find a Peggy. So this board is still very weird, very whack. We don't have any Avenge synergies at all, except for Tony. Like, we didn't find Witchwing in time or Doomsayer in time. We don't really have many different ways that we can take this. So instead, I'm just gonna, you know, try and golden some pirates, try and farm this Grubber. A second Grubber would also be amazing to find, by the way. I've been rolling for mainly another Grubber to golden, rolling for Hogger, obviously, because that is an easy way that we can actually take this into the late game. And now we face the first opponent who actually has poison, and clearly we get counted super hard. So we gotta figure out how we deal with poison if we try and, you know, want to advance. I have double golden Tony now. I goldened both of them, and I goldened Peggy. So we have a full golden board. This is such a weird game, man. I love it. We do take Selfless because I think in the end the best way that we're able to counter poison with big stats is just, you know, having shields and everything. So might as well take it already, since I'm playing for a top 4 here. I'm on 14 HP, and this next fight might determine whether I'm top 4 or not. I'm just taking some okay-ish buffs. Like, we do have a golden looter and golden peggy, so buying some pirates is okay, but they're still pretty expensive. These double Tonys do nothing. All they do is, you know, buff towards my my Grubber, which is now already triple digits, 105, 105, and it is rather early. But as long as my opponents don't have poison like this rag, we win, right? As long as they can't get poison, we don't have anything on the board that deals with my Grubber, I should always win the fight. So we are able to kill this guy, get the top 3 even, and face it goes. Now there's the Hogger, and finally we'll be able to do something this game. Like, I've just been tier 5 this entire time rolling for this exact card, because all it takes is one Hogger. One Hogger, because it's guaranteed gonna golden with this golden Tony, and then if you just roll another Hogger next turn, we're infinite already. Our golden Hogger now, it's 1v1, so let's see if you can pull it off. Every pirate is free. Every pirate, even though we're not infinite yet, is just free stats with the golden peggy, golden looter, so we just buy them. And again, in case you just roll one more Hogger, we're already infinite. In one turn, we just turned our board into a machine. And you know, there's not much to do, and guess what? We find the other Hogger. So this last turn that we are in 1v1, we finally are able to, in one turn, pivot into an infinite APM comp, where we can just cycle away and scale up our board. So it's all limited by time right now. I kind of was pretty slow at the start of this turn because I didn't expect to go infinite. Like, I don't think anyone here would expect to still make plays when I'm just going AFK and growing a Grubber. But yeah, we're doing it anyway. Anyway, while you're watching me just buying and selling pirates, doing the usual stuff, I'll quickly explain what the takeaway is for this game, because it seems kind of quick. It is a very quick game because we murdered a lot of people. Just Grubber, what spot is it in? If you hit it with Reno, especially if you have multiple pairs lined up that you can still triple, sure, you can hero power it unless you want to try and get for more, go for more potential. I just want to give it a go because I like experimenting recently, and I think the experiment was successful. You can easily go into multiple comps, you know, APM pirates, you can still go menagerie, whatever, right? Especially if the first card that you triple isn't a stupid 1/1 or something, but is actually a useful card like the taunt, and it can stay around to keep buffing your Grubber. And then you gotta look for the late game. If there's no Murlocs, then you could literally just try and make it your win con. If there is poison, try and find different ways to scale. Like, we just went infinite. I went all in with double selfless, and you can see me laughing here because this guy has like 4 Armageddons. We can never beat that no matter our board. We played double selfless, we played another poison in the back, but yeah, we never get there. So I'm happy with second place this game. It was pretty fun. I hope you learned something from this, and I hope you now see the potential of just, you know, taking early Grubber and building a comp around that, because that's the hardest part, knowing how to go from that initial spike into something. Either power level and use your tempo and find something better, or do what I did and try and force APM pirates. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Of course, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. Most of the people that are watching me are still not subscribed, and I'll catch you in the next one.